Hills and Red, my personal favourite so far.
Thank you.
Let me see if you read my review. Do you guys, I saw a lot of influence of the Italian sort of cannibal film. Was that, the sort of the film was also sort of reminiscent of Cannibal Holocaust. The tree tearing scene, it to me looked like a bit of a homage to Cut and Run.
Right. I mean, I think just by the fact that it's about a documentary crew going out and looking for a lost film, the comparisons to Cannibal Holocaust are going to come there. We certainly didn't go out of our way to ape their style so much as, I think it just comes naturally from telling that kind of story that you are. We were certainly aware of it, but the other thing is, you can't really top Cannibal Holocaust.
No.
You can't really go, you can't go any farther than that as far as I'm concerned. So to be compared in any ways is a very nice compliment. It's obviously a very visceral, powerful film, and we were certainly trying to do that too. So
the film seems to sort of walk the fine line between living up to the cliches of a slasher genre, but also with the postmodern thing. Was that a conscious decision? How hard was that to sort of?
Yeah, it was to make it feel like an old slasher film and then twist it was the thing that we worked on really hard, and it was very tricky because you have almost the opening half of the film that we set up intentionally to feel sort of like an 80s slasher film where the audience goes, oh, I know what's going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Oh, of course, it's the same old thing. And we had to have that be long enough to sort of lure them in, so then when we twisted it all and turned it around and did everything that they didn't expect for that to work. So yeah, we worked really hard on that. That was something that our writer, David Scow, really wanted to infuse into it, and really do. And then for me, a lot of it was when we were shooting it, even down to how the actors performed in the early half is probably a little more stagey than in the second half when things start to turn around and become real, including camera angles and stuff like that. I think we tried to amp up the pace and sort of the cinematic techniques as we went along, so it would feel old school at first and then twist it all on its head. So yeah, that was definitely something that we worked really hard on.
Speaking of performances, Sophie Monk, complete surprise.
What a surprise, huh?
Yeah. Was that something she said? Did she work hard for the film? Because I've seen the film you've shown before, pretty much a stilted performance, but jaw dropping in this. That turn at the end.
She read the script, and I was very surprised that she wanted to do it because of her past films, she hadn't done anything quite like this before, and of course because she's well known and she's absolutely stunning, I'm like, wow, I don't know. She was 100% committed to doing this role and being fearless about it and really taking chances and risks. She really wanted to show that she could do something. So it was such a pleasure to work with her, and I was so fortunate that she was willing to do anything and really push her comfort zone and cross that line to really give the film what it needed. Luckily, she just really believed in the project, and we had a great time together and a really good rapport, and it worked out. And I'm so happy for her that people are going really surprised by her performance, because it's so much the anchor of the film is her character, and she had a lot to do. It was a really complex, multi-layered role, so it was great. I was really pleased with how her performance turned out.
So obviously you created a new slasher icon.
Well, I hope. I don't know if he's an icon yet, but
will we see somewhere down the line, perhaps a film within a film within a film?
Maybe. I mean, we've only jokingly talked about if we did a sequel, well, what do we do? Do we deconstruct sequels now? And the thing is that we were really conscious. We weren't trying to do Scream. I think people call it a self-reflexive movie by the very nature that it has people who are involved in film in it, talking about film and stuff, but we were really conscious of the fact that we didn't want them spouting references to other horror movies, set up some of the rules and the cliches and everything else, but not go, oh, well, this was done in Halloween, or this is right out of Friday the 13th, or this is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But because of the nature of the characters, they're savvy to this stuff. So our whole point was, let's take that, and then it doesn't matter that they know. It ain't going to help them anyway. So if we did a sequel, it'd be interesting to see what could we do with the nature of sequels and see how that works out. And, where can we take the babyface character now? We've sort of set up at the end, the possibility could go many different directions. So if we did, it'd be interesting to see where it could go. But really the ending was, I just like sort of downbeat endings that are sort of open-ended, like John Carpenter's The Thing. I'm not comparing myself to Carpenter's The Thing, but in that spirit, just sort of leave it where the audience and their brain can go off and go, ooh, what happens next? So that's really what that was about, more so than setting up consciously for a sequel.
Last question, how's Fright Fest been for you so far?
Fright Fest has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's so great to be at a festival where the audience is so passionate about the films, whether they love them or hate them. And you're always going to get that. But just the fact that they embrace these films, the fact that there is a festival at the largest cinema in London playing these films and giving opportunities for filmmakers like myself who've never had the experience of showing our movies to a huge audience before, it's a dream come true. I mean, and the people are so great and so nice, and it's great to be able to interact with all the other filmmakers. It's so good that everyone's here from their films and be able to sit there and watch all the movies and then meet over a few drinks and talk about how the hell did you do that. So it's been fantastic.
Thanks very much.
Great, man. Thank you so much.
Cheers.